I currently teach future teachers.
I teach for the School of Peace and Conflict Studies.
I'm not a lecturer. I'm a troublemaker.
First time I was introduced to the Museum Simulations was at a Model UN conference at the State Department.
Being at a university that's in the district, we all have a very special kind of connection to the State Department and diplomacy.
It was eye-opening even for me, coming from the foreign service.
My students love these simulations.
A lot of the time, they're kind of like passive, whatever.
It was almost like they took pride in the role that they were representing.
It can get emotional, which is a good thing because in real life, these things are emotional.
Participating in the simulation requires you to step into someone else's shoes and see it from a different perspective.
Oh, hey, this other group has a legitimate point that I need to acknowledge.
It helps us to empathize with the other side in a crisis situation.
They hear things on the news and they'll see the Secretary of State, but they don't really know what the State Department does.
I think that students walked away with how much more complicated and how much more nuanced it is to do the work of a diplomat.
To quickly assimilate large amounts of information and to articulate that.
Thinking quickly on your feet, being able to pivot.
Nonviolent communication, negotiation.
What are your resources? Who are you partnering with?
Issues that might range from the environment, water, fishing and endangered species.
The difference between an immigrant and a refugee.
Military, humanitarian relief, government.
The museum and the staff are really strong in the sense that they make things real.
They were providing them with strong foundations and great information.
Access to diplomats with firsthand experience is critical.
If you're doing a freshwater simulation, students could potentially do the simulation, be excited about it, and then actually speak with a diplomat who focuses on freshwater situations from around the world.
It's great to do them in person, but there is a place to do it virtually that allows people from all over the United States, from all over the world to participate.
Nothing is diminished.
Throughout the rest of the year, we would refer back to things that we did in the diplomacy simulation.
The diplomacy simulation is so much easier to implement than I ever thought possible.
All of these simulations are already prepared and they're free, so you can just go online, print them off and use them over and over and over again.
It really is a good practice to deepen our understanding of how these things play out in the real world.
Didn't really know what to expect, but hands down, the teens loved it.
It was some of the best teaching that I had this year, honestly.
I could not recommend this program more highly.